6th and 7th graders, this is the start of your found object portrait project. Found object portrait project. You are going to be using found objects. What is a found object? Things that you find to make a sculpture. So this is your 3D project. We've been spending a lot of time with 2D and doing some drawing and painting, but now we're moving on to some 3D work. And so before you watch this video, I want you to check out the 4 artists that I have at the top of the Schoology page. And these artists are mainly work with found objects, and they mainly do portraits, so kind of relevant. A lot of them use, a lot of it's just random plastic toys and buttons and lots of stuff, but they make some pretty realistic portraits out of it. That last artist at the very bottom, he uses these gasoline tanks and gasoline tubs that holds gasoline, and makes, he's an African artist, so it's inspired by ancient old African masks. What you're going to use for this project is egg cartons, and only egg cartons for this project. And here is a final finished example. So you're going to create a person, your own person, can be whatever, whoever. I used only egg cartons for this project. So I have a couple requirements, but eventually you're going to assemble your portrait, so looking at facial placement in the eyes, ears, nose, mouth, kind of having a chin here, and then hair. Okay, so those are the things I want to see. And you're mainly going to be using hot glue. It'll be the easiest to glue down your material. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about this type of texture going on. It is eggplant. It's, oh my gosh, I keep saying eggplant. Sorry. It is egg carton, but it's mixed with glue. So it has, once you add plenty of glue, and I'll show you how to do that, we'll do it together. It has this nice, it's almost like clay type of texture. It works really well, and it also dries nice and hard and sticks to wherever you stick it on. So that we'll talk about in a couple weeks. We'll save that, so kind of in your mind plan where you want to use it. It's great for hair. I used it right here in the nose to add a little bit more of a form. I also, you can't really see it too well, added the tongue right in here. I'm using that. So your choice. And then you're going to paint it. So we're going to pick one color. I have some metallic paint to choose from, and you're going to paint it one color. And yeah, that's the project. So what I want you to start with is I'm going to give you each a egg carton. Let me grab one over here. And just a plain old egg carton. And what you're going to do first is you're going to separate the top from the bottom. And some of them rip easily, but some of them you have to cut. This one is kind of seems like it's a cutter. So cutting it in half right here, carefully. And this part right here is going to be the base. It's going to be the bottom. So kind of like how I have it here. And I would, kind of depends what your plan is. We're going to start with the heads and see how long it takes us. But cutting this part right in half right here and focusing on about this size for your portrait, for your head. And then I also want you to use, so I want you to do something like this. And then I also want you to use this part of the egg carton that holds the eggs as the eyes. Now, you can set it up this way, or you could set it up something like this way. Some egg cartons are a little different And like if I set it up this way right here, you can see this little flat spot. Is a flat spot's a good start for your nose. So play around with it. Do what you would like. You know, I have some already pre-cut. Ooh, here's a good setup for a nose right here. So I have some examples you can look at too for inspiration. But yeah, starting with your eyes and working your way with the nose and the mouth and the ears, and then, you know, if you're interested in doing this type of texture for your hair or for another part, we'll save that for last. And so kind of saving that and planning what you'd like to do. I'll show you right here. Today, this video is just kind of showing you and giving you the heads up, getting you started. But this is that texture, and all it is mushed up egg carton that I mushed up in a blender and glue. So it's very similar to clay. It's a little stickier. Gotta wash your hands afterwards. But it's kind of cool how it works. So hot glue guns. I'm just gonna go over that quickly. Make sure you are very safe with a hot glue gun. Do not touch the metal. That's hot. This is a low temp hot glue gun, so it's not super, super hot. But I will have a hot glue gun station for all of the hot glue guns. So what you could do is, you know, assemble, at least get something started, cut some pieces. You know, right here I glued cut little pieces for eyelids. You know, kind of plan little parts and then come on up and set up and glue down. And I can even start right here. You know, making sure you're gluing down on the surface that's touching the base. And really holding it down. It should stick pretty quickly, but sometimes a little more glue is going to help. Holding it down, letting it dry a little bit. Okay. And then, yeah, the rest is up to you. Taking your time and cutting and making nice clean cuts and gluing nicely. Hot glue gun, you know, sometimes it can get really stringy and you'll have to kind of clean that up as you go. And yeah, so we'll get started if we have some time, and let me know if you have any questions. And then just one more thing after we're done, we'll plan to hook it. Add a little hook here so you can hang it up. So, all right, I'm excited.